Hi everyone. This is Michelle, for those of you that don't know me, and I am the wife of Marty Spencer. And I did try, we've created that channel, The True Midwest Legend, and it all started out as kind of just a funny, that for those of you that know Marty, um, he is he's his own unique character. And so I thought, hey, well, this will be neat. We'll just put a little channel out here and just share a little bit of the videos that he does and some of the things that we do around here at our house. And I did notice that some people were making money off of this. And, hey, I'm up for that too. For those of you that don't know my history, of course, I don't know how far we're going to go back, but I moved to Brookfield right before I started 8th grade. I went to school here. I came from Independence, so it was quite the culture shock to move from Independence to Brookfield. But what a great thing that happened in my life. My stepdad and my mom, they wanted to move us somewhere safer for their kids to go to school, because there was just a lot of bad things happening even back then. Not back in 1986, there were a lot of things happening in the city schools, and that's just how it was. So we came here. My stepdad, he kept his car lot in Kansas, or in Independence. He was there all week. Mom and my two brothers, Jimmy and Elliot, we stayed here, and we went from being total city people to having a little house, little farmhouse, and I think it was 14 acres. Anyways, moved here. We were just like, hey, this is cool. We got to spread our wings a little bit, learn a little bit about country life, and which we have so many great stories in our family. And for those of you that know our family, know that we are a unique family. But anyways, long story short, I met Marty when I was working at the movie theater here in Brookfield, which is no longer there. The building is no longer there. I started working there when I was 15. Marty is a little bit older than me. He met me when I was right before I turned 16, but we did not start dating until the day after my 18th birthday was our first date. And it's pretty much been history since then. We got married in 1993 when I was 19, had Maverick, our son, and then a few years later had our daughter Megan. Anyways, we've raised our kids. I worked at Walsworth Publishing Company here in Brookfield. Actually, I worked in Brookfield as a customer service representative for years, and then I went to the accounting department in Marceline, and I was their billing administrator over there. Then, of course, COVID hit, and so they let us come home to work, and so I came home and worked from home. Did that for over a year. We did go back to the office for a little bit, and then they sent us home again for those that wanted to work from home. And it was wonderful because Marty is a railroader. He's a conductor for the BNSF, and so he has a sporadic schedule. And so it was nice to be here, even though I was working from home, but it was still nice to be here when, I got to see him a little bit more because our schedules did not always work like that. Anyways, Walsworth called us all back to the office. I wasn't wanting to do that. I see no point in going back into the office when we were doing our work so well from home. But as you all know, the owner of Walsworth, Don Walsworth, it's his company, and that was what he wanted. And so even though I disagreed, we agreed to disagree, I guess, pretty much. And so I resigned. I resigned from Walsworth after 18 years. And I thought, well, let's find something to do at home, because I realized that I wasn't being the wife that I needed to be when I was devoting a lot of my time to Walsworth, to my career. Anyways, so here I am. I did take a job with Planet Depots, which was a company out of Washington, D.C., and I actually was their billing. I worked in their billing department, a billing specialist, and they had just started this remote work because, of course, they wanted to change with COVID. They were a younger company, and so they wanted to change with the times. And so I was cool with that, and I was like, okay, great, let's do this. And so I worked there, and it was a learning experience for them and for myself. I got really good at doing Zoom meetings. I never actually went to Washington, D.C., where their headquarters were, but it was a great experience, but it got to the point where they were in unfamiliar territory, and so they wanted me to come to Washington, D.C., and I just wasn't wanting to do that. Their company requires vaccination, and I mean, that's a personal preference, I believe, for the COVID vaccine. That's your personal preference. As for myself and my family, we don't believe that we need the COVID vaccine. And so I was not going to get the vaccine, and I was not going to go to Washington, D.C. and be a part of that. And so anyways, I worked there for a little over 6 months. And so for the last year and a half, I've actually not done any work for any company, year and a half to 2 years. It's been a battle. There's times Marty and we struggle because you get used to something and then it changes. Change is always good and bad, but it's made our marriage stronger, I believe. And anyways, I started selling things on eBay, and I do have a little, I'm making a little bit of money there doing that and trying different things. As most of you know, that know me, I tried to do like the vegetable stand uptown last spring, and that was fun. With the flowers, it was fun to sell flowers around Mother's Day, and got to speak to people. And that's the part that I miss most about not working outside of the home, is not being able to talk to all of you and be around you and know what's going on in your lives. But thanks to Facebook, that does kind of, the social media does kind of keep me up to date. But I've learned in my age, that the older we get, that time is our most precious thing that we have, and how we use our time is precious. And my mom lives in town. I love being able to go see her and be with her, and her twin sister, my Aunt Peggy, and they are just so much fun to be with. And I cherish the time that I have with them. It's just, even though my children are raised and they're off living their lives, and I get to see them too and be a part of their lives, and that's just a blessing to see your grown children just being happy and successful in their lives. So I want to encourage people that even though things change and the times are just crazy right now, I can't believe the stuff that's going on in our world and our country. I mean, to me, it's almost like being in a science fiction movie sometimes, I think, when I look at our leaders and the things that they're trying to teach our kids, and just the crazy things that are going on and the things that are accepted right now. We need Jesus and we need God more than anything. And we have to leave it in his hands. But we do need to make a stand. I do think that people like us, that there are more people with good morals and good values than those that are out there doing these crazy, crazy things. We just don't take our time to whine and cry about it. But it's time, I think, for us good people, the people with the morals and the values, to say enough's enough. And so I just have been praying and just kind of letting God lead my life and trying to see where I'm going to fit into this picture. And so I don't have the answers. I don't. But I do think that we need to, as a country, we need to really rely on God, and we need to be crying out to him saying, hey, what do I need to do? What do I need to do as an individual to make this country better? And, even so much as our small town up to the cities or whatever. I mean, what do I need to do my part? And like I said, I don't have the answers for that. But I am praying that God will use me to make a difference in the world. And so, keep your heart open, You know, I think that that's important, that you listen to him, and that you trust in the Lord, that he's going to lead you and guide you. And I mean, I'm not perfect by any means. I mean, none of us are. We all have our, you know, we all fail every day, you know, but to try, I mean, God knows our heart, and he knows what we are trying to do as people. And he knows, he genuinely knows us, and he knows our motives. And so as long as we are committed to letting him lead, even though we fail many times, I mean, he knows that. And I think that he's going to help us get through these horrible times in our country. And anyways, that's my soapbox for that. And I could go on and on and on about the things that are going on right now. But I just wanted to basically introduce myself to those that don't know me, and just let you know that we are going to be having more videos coming out as the railroad has slowed down a little bit, and Marty's going to be home a little more. Hopefully we can get some things done around the farm out here. And for those of you that know us, we have kind of a unique relationship. I mean, we love each other dearly, but you know, sometimes we don't like each other, and it's kind of humorous. People seem to think that's funny. We've had a couple of people say, hey, you know, you should put that on your channel. And so I don't know, we may do that. I mean, I don't know if I want to do reality TV with our relationship or anything, but we may do that. But as for now, it's the beginning of February 2023. Our Chiefs won the AFC division, and they are going to the Super Bowl. And for those of you that know me, that's huge. I'm a huge Chiefs fan. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and just all the Chiefs. I'm just excited to watch them. They're just so fun to watch. And so it's just try to think positive things that are going on in our world, even though there are so many negative things going on. And just, I pray for all of you, and I pray that we would just learn to love one another and be kind to one another and be considerate of what everyone's going through. And I'm just going to try to be a better person and be that person, and be the friend and the family member that people need me to be. But anyways, I hope to do better bringing the videos to you of the Midwest legend, and so you can see what's going on in our lives. But as for now, I will talk to you later.